Aloha everyone, I'm Malika Dudley and I'm here with Captain Jim and Firefighter Timmy. They are from the New York Fire Department and we just had a transcendent experience.
Yes, we did.
What did we just do?
We just had a paddle out and we made a giant circle about 3/4 of a mile off the beach, and a helicopter came and dropped flowers from the air into the middle of the circle, and it was just it was all for Trucker. It was an Hawaiian paddle out, and it was one of the most amazing experiences I've ever been a part of. It's just beautiful in so many ways.
How did that make you feel? Was this the first time you've been a part of something like this?
It's just surreal. Being from New York, you're never part of something like this, and it's just so amazing how many people came out for Trucker, and it's honestly humbling just to see how many people came out for the little guy, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing that I've never been a part of something like that.
So let's start from the beginning. Most of you have probably seen Jim. He spoke at the service yesterday and really gave a moving speech. Why don't you remind people of how you met Little Trucker? It was just so organic. I mean, it was a heart thing.
Yeah, it was, as I said yesterday, a total sunshine, ray of light experience of he and I crossing paths on that beautiful June afternoon back in New York City. We kind of walked right into each other, and I said, "Hey, there's a little boy like me who's bald," and we made our way towards each other. I just extended my hands instinctually, and he ran right up my arms with his arms around my neck, and thus began the relationship with me and all of the other FDNY brothers that came out here. It kind of took off like wildfire. They all fell in love with him. And we all fell in love with the Dukes family and all their friends, that we've met over the last couple of years. So what an experience. Of course, we were all pulling for him to have his cancer eradicated. However, it did not happen. And when he did pass, it was very important for us to be out here to support the Dukes family, because as much as we have meant to Trucker and the Dukes, they have meant to us. I think you heard a lot yesterday about, I think we all took a step back and really started putting life in proper perspective. I went through the September 11th experience, and I think about that every day. It's my first thought of the day, and meeting Trucker, it just helped me build myself back into being a stronger man, a more loving man, a better leader, a better captain in the firehouse, a better dad. So it's just been a wonderful experience to come for him to come into my life, and for me to come into his. So.
I don't know if you guys know, but the community and people from across the world actually donated miles, points, money to get these guys down here. How many of you guys are down here from New York?
There's about 22 of us down here right now. 22 of us came mostly from the 10th Battalion, but we had other guys from other firehouses that came down. The FDNY, Trucker was one of us. He was inducted into the FDNY. He passed away as a fireman. We came out. This is what we do. We come out, we support our brother, little brother. Didn't matter if he was 3 years old, 30 years old. He died one of us. We're gonna remember his memory as one of us. So we all decided to come out just to support him, and it's amazing the amount of what's the word? The amount of love and that we've gotten since generosity. There it is. Amount of generosity to get us down here. And people keep thanking us for coming, and we just you got to stop thanking us. We got to thank you guys for bringing us out here, and it's just so beautiful. We're so thankful to be here.
Can you share your favorite memory of Trucker?
So my favorite memory of Trucker, there's so many of them, but my favorite memory of Trucker is we ran a benefit for him to try to give a little money for the flights back and forth for the family. So we're all sitting at this place, Connolly's 45 in Midtown Manhattan. And Trucker's just seen us sitting at the bar. He comes up and sits with us. And Francisco Ruiz, they call him Uncle Cisco, because he was the closest guy to the family. He goes to Uncle Cisco. He's like, I want a drink. So Uncle Cisco's like, you want a shot? So we order a round of orange juice shots, and we're all sitting there. We all took a shot of orange juice. And the smile on his face, it was like he was one of the guys, and it was amazing. It was amazing. It was heartbreaking at the same time, but it was beautiful. It was such a beautiful moment.
Oh, my goodness. And what about you? What's your favorite trucker memory?
To add to Tim's story, I was there that night as well. And after we did the shots of orange juice, he proceeded to take his shirt off because it just felt like the thing to do. He was a 3-year-old boy. He was all boy, and when on the swearing-in day back in New York City this past May 31st, I recalled this memory of him after all the barbecue, all the ceremonies. He relieved himself out in the middle of the Memorial Garden like a 3-year-old would, and everybody roared in applause and excitement. So we have that picture in the firehouse of everyone, yay! But like Tim said, there are so many memories of him coming to the firehouse and having laughs, and there were days when he was cranky, and we would try to get him into a good mood. Usually a way to overcome that crankiness was macaroni and cheese. So
I bet you guys made a mean mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, yep. The best.
Yeah.
Especially when he was around, yeah. We always had to make it best, or else he wouldn't eat it.
Gosh, just a zest for life, I think, is what we've been hearing over and over. Just that he exuded that.
Yeah, well, I think every one of us will say he kind of kick-started a lot of us, in our personal lives, when he would come to the firehouse, sitting with Shauna, sitting with him, playing on the fire trucks and stuff. When they would leave, I would always sit by myself, sometimes cry, because I knew he was in so much pain. But praying. But I said, boy, I'm just blessed to have been in his presence, and he was so tough. He didn't know how tough he was. He just knew that that's how I got to be. I have to overcome this, and we were all watching this as grown men, and we were like, wow, that is some example. Here's a 3-year-old teaching a 49-year-old, how to put his life together. It's there's so many things I could say, but that's it in a nutshell.
Thank you so much, you guys, for sitting down and chatting. I think we're all in tears, and I think, it's what everyone has been saying, that Shauna has told us, right? Love harder.
That's it. Unconditional love, and we've seen that, excessively in the last 5 days.
Unbelievable love for the little guy. It's so surreal. It's so much. It humbles you so much. Like the amount of love that this little guy got. It's his story, and we're gonna miss him so much. So much.
For Maui now. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Hawaii. Thanks, Maui.
All right, we're gonna actually end this on a high note, because I just noticed that these guys have shaka tattoos. So tell me the story behind it, Casey.
Well, when we first met Trucker, when he came into our lives on 85th Street, he would always give us the shaka, to let us know that he's all right, that, to give us good energy and just to, get us through our day, give us, our bravery, and, because he was so brave, what he was going through. So he would always throw us his shaka. It was our way of just thanking Trucker and the family and the Dukes for having us here, all the Hawaiians, for just taking us in his family, Ohana, and making us feel at home. So this is for our boy.
What are you going to think about whenever you see your shaka trucker tattoo?
What a strong individual he was at such a young age. Like his story, his fight, his family, his town, his island, everything just truly amazing. And brings me to emotions. Like the paddle out was beautiful, unbelievable, best thing I've ever seen. So just
we're blown away by everybody. Like, just took us in. We're in awe of all the Hawaiian people for just making us part of the family and treating us like we grew up here. You know, that's really what everybody did. Like, you know, like, and they cooked for us, they gave us housing, and we're blown away, you know, and we're really just truly appreciative of everything you guys did. You, everybody, all the Hawaiians. So that's it for Trucker.